Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I want to talk about Greg Doucette and $1,000 phone consultations. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. All right, so I was watching the exchange between Jeffrey Verity Schofield and Greg Doucette, and I'm not going to get into that. But what I want to get into is the topic of $1,000 phone consultations. I saw the video by Greg Doucette in response to Jeffrey Verity, basically talking about that. And I want to give you guys, I want to do kind of an off-topic video today. As a coach, as a small fry coach in this industry, you know, why I don't do phone consultations, what I would have to charge as a small fry to do phone consultations, and just kind of paint an overall picture for you guys of what it would be like to be a bigger guy. So I've spent my life in the trenches, not because I felt like I had to build a business. I fucking love lifting, and it's what I do. I've always done it. I started a website back in 2006, 2005 called Muscle and Brawn. It became one of the bigger websites in the industry. I eventually sold it. I didn't have time for it to maintain the forum and all that kind of stuff. But over the years that I'll pump you up in Muscle and Brawn and Muscle and Strength and other forums, I've made over 100,000 forum posts. I've done probably close to 1,000 articles and probably close to 2,500 videos. I like what I do, right? But all things considered, in the world of YouTube and in the world of fitness coaching, I'm just a small fry. So why wouldn't I do phone consultations? And what do I think about guys charging $1,000 or $1,500 an hour? Well, let me explain my week. I have a full client base. I get up in the morning and I check my clients. That's all I do all day, mostly, is client work, 7 days a week. I do a live video on Friday. On Saturday, I generally only do 4 hours of client work, and then I try to do something to refresh my brain. But on Sunday morning, I come back in and I knock out all my client messages to make sure I'm caught up. And then by Sunday at 3, I try to squeeze in a 2-hour run and then a couple hours with my wife. But as a small fry coach, in the trenches Monday through Friday, from the time I get up, basically to the time I work out and eat dinner, I'm doing client messages. Client messages, client messages, client messages. Then after dinner, a lot of times, I'll do client workouts for new clients. So this week on, not last night, but the night before, I came in at about 7 o'clock and I did 4 client messages, or 4 client workouts. So my day as a small fry coach is dedicated to client work, client work, client work. And there's very few holes in that schedule for extra stuff, even phone consultations. When I first got into this world, I thought I would open a phone consultation. I put it at $49 for an hour. And I found that I didn't have time to do that. So I eventually raised it, I don't know, to 79 or 89. And now, eventually I raised it to $99 an hour. And that might seem like a lot to talk to some dickhead, right? But the thing is, like, I didn't have time to squeeze it in. And if I had to squeeze it in, I had to get something out of it that was of value, because I didn't want to push my clients out of the way. They're priority A1. So I pushed it to $99, saying if somebody really wants to talk to me, then here's an option. But what I do for most folks is say, hey, a phone consult is $99. Coaching's $80 a month. You know, it's a pretty simple call. But anyway, you know, beyond that stuff, you have Instagram, you have YouTube comments, you have people emailing you. As a small fry coach, and understand, I'm not complaining at all, not at all. I'm just helping you understand the burdens of all this stuff. Or not really burdens. When I say burden, it's the volume of stuff that you have to process on a daily and weekly basis. My Instagram DMs, if I don't stay up on them, I can come to the weekend and have 100 things to message. And sometimes if I'm sitting around at one of my wife's photo shoots or something she's doing, I spend all my time messaging. On those rare occasions when I get an hour of downtime where my wife is doing something, I'll do all the Instagram work. YouTube, I don't even have time for YouTube comments. And I can barely stay up on email. So my schedule as a small fry coach is booked. And the reason why I want to make this video, it's kind of to frame what it would be like for a large-scale coach, right? I have no idea, especially if they're coaching clients. And I'm not in anybody's corner here, and I'm not advocating anybody's prices or whatever. They have the right to choose whatever they want. But I'm just saying for you to help you guys understand that if I was a big-time coach, I wouldn't have time for Instagram messages. I wouldn't have time for YouTube comments. I probably wouldn't have time for emails. And I certainly wouldn't have time for phone consultations. It's not that I don't want to do them, but client work is your A1 thing. If you're a coach, client work is your A1 thing. And I never put anything above that. And I might only have 1, maybe 2 hours a week to squeeze in a phone consultation. And even then, I'd probably rather spend it on client work. Not probably, I would, so I don't have to take on the extra stress or burden. So what do I think about guys having these crazy rates for phone consultations? I understand the stress, and if somebody really wants an hour of your time, they're probably going to have to pay for it. It'd just probably be easier to go with coaching. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.